Hey y'all, it's Miss Pistorius, and today we are looking at American Gothic. This is a painting by Grant Wood. It was painted in the 1930s. And what we have here is actually Grant Wood's sister and his dentist. But what Grant Wood wanted it to look like was a farmer and his daughter. And there are a couple things about this painting that I think make it famous and also make it very American. One of the things is the fact that there's a farmer and his daughter, and there was a lot of farming going on at this time in the middle of the country. And then also with the structure you have in the background. Now you'll notice the top window on the house in the background is peaked. And when you look at that, I want you to think about what it reminds you of. To me, it reminds me of a church. And that brings me to my next point, Gothic. So we know that this is in America. And then the next word is Gothic. Now, what does Gothic mean? Gothic in popular culture means someone who dresses in dark clothing and dark makeup. But in architecture, it means something different. The Gothic movement for architecture was started in medieval times, where life sort of revolved around religion. A lot of people didn't know how to read or write, and religion was like their entire lives. So they built these churches that were huge and sort of intimidating and imposing. They carved them out of stone, and they had these peaks like this, and that was the Gothic style. Now, we carried that to the United States and created something called Carpenter Gothic. Now, because we had so much wood in the middle of the country in the US in the 1930s, people built things inspired by these Gothic churches from Europe way back when. And that's what we see here. Another thing to talk about in regards to this painting is how often it has been parodied. What does parody mean? Parody means to take a certain style, take a certain object, and imitate it, and change something a little bit to make it funny. So when I talk about parody for this painting, what I'm usually talking about is replacing the characters with two other characters, a different pair, and making it something silly. Like you could put Frog and Toad here, or you could put two minions, or ketchup and mustard. That's what a parody of this painting would be. And that is actually what we're going to do this week. Okay, so now I have my paper up here. I'm ready to start making my American Gothic parody. I picked two characters, a pair, to use as my parody, so it has a theme. So that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to pick a theme so you can have your two characters. And I think I'll post a link to a Pinterest which collects different ideas for American Gothic paintings, or American Gothic parodies, rather. So you can't see it right now, but I have it really nicely sketched out on my paper, and you'll be able to see it once I color it in the next part of the video. But I want you to do the same. I want you to take some time to sketch this out on your paper to make sure it looks nice when you're finished. All right, let's see how it works out. Ta-da, guys! There you have it. There's my American Gothic parody. If you can't tell, I did Aang and Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And you can see I put Aang in the front because he has a staff that he uses for, like, flying when he's airbending. But Katara's taller. In the picture, the farmer is taller and he's holding the pitchfork. And the daughter is shorter. She's not holding anything, but I decided to switch it up for this. Now that I've done Aang and Katara, you can't do Aang and Katara. You have to do something else. So I will try to post some ideas. Remember those different factors. We've got the building in the background, we've got the two figures, and we've got whatever that person is holding. So get creative. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you all do. Bye-bye.